We're here and we have just wrapped up day number 1 as we get set to go with day number 2 coming up next here at the Rotax MAX Challenge edition of the Florida Winter Tour. My name's Xander Clements here with MAXSpeed Entertainment. We've completed qualifying and the first round of heat races up to this point in all 6 run groups this weekend. The Micro Max class, our youngest drivers, put on quite a show. They were our second run group out. The 7 to 10-year-olds had James Agozi and Emo Fittipaldi leading the way after a bit of a botched start, with a couple of drivers stalling on the outlap, including your pole sitter, Alex Powell. Unfortunately for Powell, he had to suffer a DNS, and that will put him all the way to the tail end of the field points-wise for heat number 1. It became Fittipaldi and Agozi battling for the lead in the first heat race, and unfortunately for Fittipaldi, he was just a little bit outraced by Agozi, as they both were pretty evenly matched on speed, and Agozi put on a great show to take the win in the first heat race. Moving into the Mini-Max class, Justin Arsenault had a problem in qualifying after putting the Burrell Art machine on pole. That set him to start at the tail end of the field for all 3 heat races. And for Arsenault, luckily a bit of a smaller field and a good bit of speed still with the Burrell Art PSL karting machine, he was able to get his way all the way up to the lead within a lap and a half. He and Dale Curran went back and forth. Again, Curran and Arsenault, both Canadians competing here in America in the Florida Winter Tour Championship, as they have in the United States for the U.S. Open events as well. Both drivers went toe-to-toe for the top spot, but it came out with Dale Curran leading the way. The Team Kuna USA Tony Kart driver ended up winning the first heat race, and Arsenault with a great rebound from starting 9th, the tail end of the field, to go up to 2nd. Moving into the Junior Max class, our biggest group on the weekend at 31 drivers. It was a 4-kart breakaway after Tyler Gonzalez won the pole in qualifying. Dylan Gennaro was the quickest out of the box. He initially pulled out to a little bit of a lead over the rest of the field, but Gonzalez tracked him back down, and Henry Kubitis, the Colombian CRG driver, showed a lot of pace, and he was actually able to take the win with a last corner third to first move as he was on the bumper of Dylan Gennaro, moved him a little bit up the racetrack in turn 11, and went by Tyler Gonzalez, who also went a little bit wide. Kubitis in the CRG for Goodwood Kartways ended up winning over Gonzalez, then Gennaro and Canada's Ryan McDermott in the 4-kart pack. Into the Senior Max class, which was our last group on the weekend that just wrapped up. Ryan Norberg won the pole by over 0.2 of a second in just 3 laps, while the rest of the field used the entire session. Matías Ramirez, though, showed quite a bit of pace as Norberg's engine began to fade in the second half of heat number 1, and unfortunately for Norberg, it locked up entering turn number 3, the final hairpin with a lap and a half remaining, and Norberg, although it did not lock the axle, unfortunately did have the engine completely die on him, and he had to suffer a DNF finish after battling for the lead. That handed the heat race win to Matías Ramirez, who finally got a breakthrough hint of success after working so hard for the past few months under the Anderson Racing Team banner. In the DD2 class, Jeff Kingsley was phenomenal in the first heat race. Robert Wickens and Ethan Simeone also put up a bit of a fight, and Simeone, just like Norberg, had some mechanical issues. The Burrell Art driver fell all the way down to 9th, losing power by a good bit in the second half after being on the bumper of the DTM driver of Wickens in the battle for 2nd. As for Kingsley, it was no challenge for anyone else in the field. He took a convincing win in heat number 1 and will start inside the top 5 once again for heats 2 and 3. In the Masters Max class, it was quite a battle, actually. 5 to 6 karts in the lead group. Michel Aboisa, your winner from Homestead, the Brazilian, was able to work his way past Scott Roberts, and with Roberts having a bit of a bobble in the back section on the final lap around, it allowed just enough time for Aboisa to get away by a kart length on the final lap and go on to win heat number 1. The pole actually went to the 5th place finisher, Luis Schiavo, who set it on his final lap around in qualifying, the last driver actually to take the checkered flag, coming in clutch with a 700th advantage. But again, as I mentioned, it did not pay off in heat number 1. He was shuffled all the way back to 5th and couldn't really fight his way back forward. I'm sure the Goodwood Kartways Intrepid group will be looking to get him a little more speed for tomorrow. That wraps up heats 1 and qualifying. We've got heats 2 and 3 coming your way next here with MAXSpeed Entertainment for the 2017 VCI Powered by AM Engines Florida Winter Tour, presented by Fikse Wheels with our official digital media partner motorsport.com. You can watch our live broadcast 3 different ways. 1, through our MAXSpeed Entertainment official website. Number 2, through the MAXSpeed Entertainment official Facebook page starting in the afternoon. And number 3, through Race Monitor, our official live timing and scoring app. For everyone here at the racetrack at the Palm Beach International Raceway here in Jupiter, Florida, my name's Xander Clements, and that was your Day 1 recap.